Hey guys, what's going on? Megan here. 10 reasons why your recovery sucks. So I'm going to start every video with obviously 3 points, right? A fact, a problem, and a solution. Fact, volume is the number one driver of hypertrophy, period. If you don't believe that, watch my other video on why progressive overload is misapplied, blah, blah, blah. Link is in the description, or it should be on the screen now. The problem with that is that recovery dictates volume. A lot of people can recover from high weekly volumes. And when I say volume, I'm always referring to weekly volume, not per session. So most people are like, hey, I can't recover from that much volume. What do I do? And that brings us to the solution, which is really, and I've been saying this for years. People are not overtraining; they're just under recovering. Right? There's a huge difference. Right? Your ability to recover dictates the amount of volume you should do. And I'm going to show you guys top 10 reasons why your ability to recover sucks. Oh, and bodybuilder of the day is my man Victor Martinez. Guys, I just picked a random bodybuilder off of my favorite list. So let's get to it. Number one reason is calories. Everyone is obsessed with six packs, and I can't fucking stand it. I get it if you never had a six pack before, something it's a goal that you wanna reach. But once you reach that goal, move on. You're never gonna maximize your genetic potential as far as muscle mass goes if you constantly obsessing about your six pack. You have to eat, guys. A lot of guys. The number one reason why your recovery sucks is because a lot of people are eating way below the amount of calories that a full-grown male needs, to survive, let alone just to recover. So you gotta understand, guys. Your calories affect your hormones, your testosterone, your leptin, your cortisol, on and so forth, your performance, your sleep, and your micros. Because believe it or not, when you're restricting your calories too much, you're also getting less vitamins and minerals. So micros, sleep, performance, hormones, all these things are affected by your caloric intake. You just got to eat more, as simple as it sounds. Next, protein. Again, guys, protein has too many uses. Muscle building, liver metabolism, your gut needs protein, your immune system, your neurotransmitters, glucose, enzymes, bones, skin, hair, nails, blood, hormones. I've mentioned that in several videos, and I call protein a whole because your body uses it for so many different things. And again, most people are not eating enough protein, mainly because they're either on a heavy caloric deficit, so they can't get enough protein. Um, and like I said in previous videos, if you're bulking, if you're trying to put on muscle, you actually don't need to go overboard on protein because you're getting enough carbs and fats, right? So your body has no need for gluconeogenesis. But most people, again, are in severe caloric deficits, and they're not getting enough protein, and your recovery is going to suffer if you're not getting enough protein. And I was mentioning the 3 grams rule, right? Your body needs 3 grams of new protein a day, right? New protein synthesized to put on a pound of muscle a month. So think about it. If you're not putting on a pound of muscle a month, that automatically means that your body's not synthesizing 3 grams of new protein a day. So what's the point of eating over 200 grams? People are eating 100, 150, 200 grams of protein a day, and that's not going towards muscle building. Why? Because most of the time, the caloric deficit is way too big, or they're just not getting enough protein. Right? And that goes back to the calorie problem. Next, carbs. Again, carbs are going to affect your ability to recover. Glycogen synthesis can take days, guys, depending on how extreme your workout was. And again, most people are cutting their carbs too low, or again, they're eating too few calories, so they're not getting enough carbs to replenish their glycogen to fuel the next session. So again, you're not overtraining if your carb intake is trash. Not to mention that carbs help with performance, energy, your thyroid, T3, hydration, pulling water into the cells, your hormones, cortisol, all these things are influenced by your carbohydrate intake. Next, water. Again, water to me, not just to me, in facts, it's the single most important thing. Remember, your body is 60% water, muscle is 70 to 80% water, right? And most of the reason why people actually forget that your muscle is not 70% protein, it's 70% water. And 90% of my clients are, not just clients, family members, friends are not getting enough water, let alone people that train hard. You gotta focus on your water intake, guys. It is so crucial. It's not optional, right? It affects your performance, so many things, so many things. So increase your water intake, or your recovery is gonna suffer. Next, your micros, right? And this is also one of the most important ones. The vitamins and minerals. People think for some reason that the micros are optional. Oh, it's optional. I'll just get a multivitamin, here and there whenever I feel like it. No, if your goal is to pack on muscle and you're in the gym all the time, you need even more vitamins and minerals than the average person. Why? Vitamins and minerals help with your hormones, your digestion, your immune system, your inflammation. Right? It helps reduce it, your energy metabolism, on and so forth. Right? And the top 5 that most people are deficient in when I look at the diets is magnesium, potassium, the vitamin B family, vitamin C, and calcium. Those are the top 5 vitamins and minerals that most people are deficient in, right? And of course, your omega-3s. People think for some reason that omega-3s are optional. They're not optional, guys. Your body cannot synthesize them. And again, they help with inflammation, they help with protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, right? Which is going to help, obviously, your body absorb carbs and protein, right? People think that insulin is only for carbohydrates. It's also for protein. Brain function. A lot of times people are like, oh, I'm depressed. I feel like shit. And then you look at the diet, they're not even getting their, the omega-3s along with other things. Omega-3s help you with sleep, which is coming up soon. And another reason why vegans or people who switch to a vegan diet, not like I promote it, but people who switch to a vegan diet, the reason why a lot of them experience improvements in certain aspects of their health, it's not because it's something magical about plants, it's because of the vitamins and minerals that they were not getting before. Right? So gotta optimize your macros or your recovery will suffer. Next, sleep. Sleep is the most anabolic factor out of almost everything I mentioned. Right? And I go over this with my clients on Sunday. It's one of the questions I always ask. How did you sleep this week? Right? Water and sleep I don't play with. Right? Sleep is one of the most, if not the most anabolic part, of somebody who's training hard, who's trying to build muscle. Right? Not only your growth hormone is produced while you're sleeping, right? 75% of it, which obviously is gonna, impact your IGF-1 and things like that. Your testosterone, everyone already knows that. Satellite cells, people forget, especially if you're doing nucleus overload. You're trying to increase the satellite cells. Sleep will affect your satellite cell activity. And the prison stories I was mentioning. My friend who got locked up, when he came out, he told me, he says, the amount of sleep that these motherfuckers get is insane. That's why a lot of them, without steroids, put on so much mass. They have nothing to do but train and sleep all day. And they get a ton of sleep, right? Babies, right? The time of your life when you're growing the most, which is when you're an infant, when you're a baby, what do? Sleep. Babies do nothing but fucking sleep. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. Right? It's not a coincidence. Sleep and growth go hand in hand. Right? And again, nobody sleeps anymore. Right? Social media, people are up all night flipping through their phones or playing video games or Fortnite all night. You gotta sleep, guys. That's really gonna influence your ability to recover. So don't tell me that, oh, that's too much volume when you're sleeping 3 hours a day. Right? Sunlight, one of the most underrated aspects when it comes to just being healthy in general, let alone building muscle. You gotta understand, guys. Again, vitamin D is not a vitamin; it's a hormone. Most people know this by now. It's just the name stuck. And again, it's responsible for over 900 genes. I'm gonna make a whole separate video on vitamin D because it is so crucial. Helps with bone, again, calcium absorption, muscle, protein synthesis, myostatin, testosterone, leptin. Again, when I say testosterone, I mean everything. Sex hormone binding globulin, androgen receptors, all of these things need vitamin D to be optimized. Your leptin, which is responsible for your energy metabolism, your insulin resistance. In fact, studies have shown that sunlight or vitamin D is linked more to diabetes than obesity. Again, cancer, DNA damage, dopamine, which is going to affect obviously your energy, your motivation, your aggression, serotonin, which is going to affect your mood. People saying, "Oh, I don't feel like training. I feel like shit." People are not getting enough sunlight or vitamin D. And remember, your body needs vitamin. Again, these things are not optional. Everything I'm listing now, these are mandatory things. And statistics show 75% of black and brown people are deficient in vitamins. That is huge in vitamin D. That is huge. Why? Again, we're not getting as much sunlight. Everybody's indoors. And if you're black, of course, that's what when I for my one-on-one clients or people that purchase my programs, one of the questions is how dark is your skin? Because that's going to influence the amount of vitamin D that I recommend. And again, I'm not a fucking doctor. But there's definitely things that you guys should check out, when you visit the doctor. Check your vitamin D levels. It's too fucking crucial, right? And again, if your skin is dark, you need even more, right? 30 minutes up to 3 hours because we have melanin, right? So if your skin is not as dark, don't go out there and get skin cancer, right? Do some research, speak with your doctor. But the recommendation is usually 10 or 30 minutes a day, if for white people, and 30 minutes or more for niggas like myself. All right. Next, testosterone, right? So again, don't forget, guys, sunlight or vitamin D helps a lot with recovery, and it's not optional. Testosterone, I'm not even going to go into the stats. Everyone by now should know. Chronic decline in testosterone as you get older. 1 in every 4 motherfuckers you meet have low testosterone. And that's not cute. That's not something that's just, again, optional or something. No, it's so important. Because unless you're living under a rock, testosterone is responsible for so many things. Lowering myostatin, increasing your strength, your bone density, protein synthesis, satellite cell activation, your drive, your motivation, again, through dopamine, your mood, serotonin transporters. Testosterone increases those. Your energy, red blood cells, dopamine, the beta receptors. I made a video about that. The more testosterone you have, the more adrenaline receptors you have on your fat cells. So you can actually burn more fat, mobilize more fatty acids. Your insulin sensitivity, right, for the absorption of carbs and amino acids. Your appetite, testosterone increases your appetite, which allows you to eat more and recover better from workouts. Growth hormone, IGF-1, blah, blah, blah. And why is it so low? There are a host of reasons, but the top 5 is sleep. People not getting enough sleep. People not getting enough calories. And trust me, yes, calories play a huge role in testosterone production, right? People not getting enough vitamins, mainly zinc and magnesium and things like that. Vitamins and minerals. Whenever I say vitamins, I'm referring to the whole package. And again, sunlight, like I mentioned, and competition. People just don't compete anymore. Society's turning men into a bunch of bitches, right? Where everything they used to increase at testosterone levels, competing, trying to increase their social status, all those things are now frowned upon. So men are going back into pretty much, becoming a bunch of wussies. But that's a whole separate video. Don't get me into that yet. And finally, MTOR reset, right? People have to reset, guys. And I made a lot of videos about this. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this topic. You need to take breaks from the gym, guys. Not just to reset your mTOR, but to reset your androgen receptors as well, right? The longer you've been training, especially if you train back to back to back to back, eventually your body desensitizes itself to those factors. Protein synthesis goes down. Protein transcription goes down. DNA transcription goes down, right? So I recommend every 4 to 6 weeks, you got to take at least 1 week off from the gym. Every 4 to 6 weeks. You can make it a deload week. Just don't go to failure. Don't lift heavy. If you really want to go to the gym, but you got to take breaks, guys. That's going to help you recover immensely. And finally, this is actually finally, stress. Manage stress, guys. Avoid negative people, right? Good vibes only. Avoid negative people or negative situations. Comedy. I'm huge on comedy. I love to laugh. If you know me, I love to laugh. People that make me laugh are like my best friends. If you can't make me laugh, get the fuck out of my face, right? So comedy, music helps, right? Meditation, believe it or not, right? In the morning. It could be 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes, right? Clear your mind. Good vibes only. Well, so conclusion, guys, make a daily routine consisting of all those things I just mentioned, right? So at the end of the day, you can actually see, hey, did I complete everything on this list? Try to aim for 80 to 100% completion. Those things are not optional, guys. This is mandatory. You want to improve your recovery, you have to focus on these top 10 things, okay? Recovery is king. That's it, guys. Let me know what you thought about the video. Like it. Just get it to fucking, 2,000 likes. Subscribe to my shit. Hit the bell so that you don't miss out on videos. Email me for one-on-one coaching, HSP training programs, or meal plans. And let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about the different pictures of Victor Martinez. What do you think? I personally think that he should have won in 2007 Miss Olympia. I'm pretty sure a lot of people share that opinion. But comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.